There's a conversation about relationships we all avoid. We're told to forgive everything, offer endless second chances, and believe love fixes all. But here's the hard truth. Some actions shatter relationships so completely that forgiving them destroys you. Some behaviors are so toxic they strip away who you are, piece by piece. Today, we're facing the unforgivable things people do in relationships, the ones that demand you walk away, no matter how much you love them. Let's be upfront. This isn't about spreading anger or picking fights. It's about seeing when someone's actions cross boundaries that should never be violated. When patterns of deceit, control, and disrespect dig in so deep that staying costs you your self-worth, your peace of mind, and your future. Here's a truth nobody shares. Forgiving without real change just fuels harm. The first unforgivable act is constant lying. Not little fibs to plan a surprise or shield feelings, but the kind where someone hides where they've been, who they're with, or what they're spending. They build a fake world and expect you to accept it as real. When lying becomes okay to them, they're saying your truth doesn't matter. I worked with someone whose partner lied about everything. At first, it was small how much a purchase cost, where they went after work, who they messaged. He thought these were no big deal until he found out she hid thousands in debt, kept a secret phone for dating apps, and told friends he was cruel to explain her absences. The lies weren't the problem itself, they showed she saw him as something to trick, not a partner to value. Liars like this test you with small deceits. A $5 coffee becomes $10 in their story. You let it slide, thinking it's minor. That tells them you'll tolerate lies. Soon, it's working late when they're out socializing, or just friends with someone they're emotionally tied to. Every lie you accept shows them your trust is cheap. The second unforgivable act is shaming you in front of others, dressed up as humor. You know the type. They share your embarrassing moments at gatherings, mock your hobbies around friends, or weaken your role with your kids. Don't ask her about money. She can't even manage a budget. He's trying to get fit again. Let's see if he sticks to it. It's not a joke. It's a power move to tear down your reputation. This hurts because if you push back, you're labeled too sensitive or unable to laugh. But real humor lifts everyone, including you. When you're always the target, it's not funny, it's contempt. And contempt kills relationships. Once someone looks at you with scorn, the bond is already broken. I counseled a woman whose husband belittled her constantly. In private, he criticized her job, passions, and looks. In public, he turned her mistakes into stories for laughs, cut her off mid-sentence, dismissed her thoughts with eye rolls, and apologized to others for her weirdness. She endured it for years, thinking it was normal. After leaving, it took 2 years of therapy to trust her own worth again. The third unforgivable act is emotional control and blackmail. This is the person who threatens to hurt themselves if you leave, cries to win fights, or turns your care against you. If you loved me, you'd do this. A real partner would. I guess I'm not good enough for you. These aren't feelings, they're deliberate moves to make you carry their emotions. These people exploit your kindness, holding it hostage and demanding your obedience in return. They've studied your fears losing them, seeming unkind, wanting to protect and use them as weapons. Here's the reality. True love doesn't twist your care into a tool. It doesn't use your weaknesses against you or make you responsible for their joy. Real love lets you choose freely, not stay out of guilt, fear, or duty. If their main tactic is control, they don't love you, they love ruling you. The fourth unforgivable act is crossing your personal boundaries while calling it closeness. Think of someone checking your phone while you sleep, showing up at your workplace to check in, or questioning every talk, friend, or moment apart. They claim it's love, but it's ownership. Privacy isn't about hiding, it's about keeping your own identity in a relationship. When someone ignores your boundaries, they're saying you don't deserve to be your own person, with your own thoughts and experiences. I've seen people put trackers on their partner's phone for safety, demand explanations for every bank statement, or crash friends' nights out because they missed them. That's not love, it's monitoring. Once that's normal, you're not partners, you're captive and guard. The fifth unforgivable act is any physical hostility. It doesn't matter who's stronger, harm is harm. A slap, push, thrown object, punched wall, or broken belonging isn't just anger, it's a show of control. I'll use force to make you obey. The danger here is escalation. A push turns into a shove, then a hit, then worse. Each time you forgive, They learn violence works, that you'll stay, that your safety matters less than their rage. I knew someone whose partner got aggressive when drinking. It started with wild gestures, moved to throwing things, then became direct attacks. Each time, apologies and promises followed. But here's the thing. Violent people don't hit their boss or throw things at police. They can control it, they choose not to with you. The sixth unforgivable act is financial control or exploitation. This is the person who hides their money but spends yours, undermines your work to keep you reliant, racks up debt in your name, or treats your resources as theirs while guarding their own. Money is more than cash, it's freedom and security. When someone controls or takes yours, they're stealing your future. This abuse hides well, always forgetting their wallet, needing your money for emergencies, quitting jobs expecting you to cover without a talk. They'll guilt you for setting limits. Don't you trust me? But sharing requires agreement, not one-sided taking. The seventh unforgivable act is isolating you from your support. It's slow and calculated. They dislike your friends, call your family harmful, say your hobbies steal time from us. Bit by bit, they cut off everyone else until they're your only connection. This isn't about wanting closeness, it's about removing rivals for control. Without others' views, their reality becomes yours. Without support, leaving feels impossible. Without anyone to say, this isn't right, they're your whole world, exactly what they want. I've seen people lose lifelong friends because their partner felt uneasy, quit jobs because their partner needed them home, or move far from family because they were too much. Once alone, the real harm starts, with no one to call it out or offer a way out. The eighth unforgivable act is cheating. Forget claims that it's complicated. Infidelity is a chain of choices. Chasing someone else, lying about it, risking your health, breaking your trust, shaming you. Every message, meeting and lie puts their thrill above your pain. We had a rough patch. You didn't meet my needs. It just happened. Nothing just happens. Affairs take planning and deceit. If the relationship struggles, you talk or walk, not start a secret one while keeping the main one on hold. Cheaters show who they are. Betrayers when it suits them. Liars when it's easier. Willing to gamble your shared life for a fleeting high. Studies show cheaters are over 3 times more likely to cheat again. When they prove they can betray, believe them. The ninth unforgivable act is using your deepest fears against you. You share your struggles, maybe body image, past trauma, mental health, and they throw them back in fights. Talk about an eating disorder, they insult your weight. Share childhood pain, they call you broken. Open up about depression, they label you unstable to win. This doesn't just hurt now, it makes you fear opening up ever again. It teaches that trust hands them weapons, that closeness gives them tools to wound. It damages this bond and your ability to trust in future ones. I've seen people stay with partners who use their secrets as ammunition, thinking no one else would understand. But exploiters don't understand they use. Real care creates kindness, not cruelty. Real love guards your weaknesses, not attacks with them. The 10th unforgivable act is the cycle of harm followed by overwhelming affection. They hurt you all week, then shower you with grand gestures. They yell, then buy gifts, humiliate, then plan romantic trips. They break you, then lift you just enough to keep you hoping. This pattern traps you by making the lows feel unbearable and the highs like salvation. The unpredictability keeps you anxious, always chasing their good side. You get hooked on the relief, not seeing that needing relief means you're being hurt. Healthy relationships don't need recovery breaks. Those affectionate bursts aren't love, they're control. Not remorse, but fear you'll leave. They're not changing, they're resetting the cycle. And it worsens. The lows deepen, the highs fade, leaving you in constant pain with just enough kindness to keep you hanging on. Why do people stay with the unforgivable? First, the idea of wasted time. I've given years, I can't leave now. But staying doesn't recover those years. It burns more. Every day with someone who disrespects you is a day you're not free for someone who won't. Second, fear of being alone. But being alone isn't the worst fate. Staying with someone who erases your worth, questions your reality, or makes love a battle that's worse. Alone, you can heal, rebuild, and stay safe. Third, believing love means endless forgiveness. But forgiving without change enables harm. Without boundaries, it's self-harm. Without consequences, it tells them hurting you is fine. True love doesn't demand you forgive the unforgivable. it doesn't commit those acts. Fourth, hoping they'll change. They're trying. They had a hard past. They don't mean it. But reasons aren't excuses. Knowing why they hurt you doesn't make it okay. Real change happens first, consistently, without you enduring more pain to prove it. Fifth, thinking toxic behavior is normal. Growing up with relationships as fights, seeing friends in similar messes, or media showing jealousy as love and control as care, makes it feel standard. But common isn't healthy. Accepted doesn't mean right. Just because others tolerate disrespect doesn't mean you should. Here's what good relationships look like for contrast. They argue without tearing down, set limits without spying, keep individuality without secrets, support without controlling, talk without twisting, love without threats or conditions. Trust is built and kept, not demanded after breaking. Respect is the foundation, not earned through pain. Love shows through steady care, not apologies after harm. Problems are tackled together, not caused by one and endured by the other. Growth is shared, not one always forgiving while the other keeps hurting. If this sounds like your situation, know this. Their bad treatment isn't your fault. It's about their flaws, not your value. You can't love them into being better, forgive them into respecting you, or give enough to make them care. Leaving isn't quitting, it's choosing yourself. It's not failing, it's seeing what can't be fixed. It's not weakness. It takes strength to walk away from someone you love because you value yourself more, and you should value yourself above someone who harms you. Staying with someone who does these things affects more than just you. Your kids learn this is love. Friends question your choices. Family sees you fade. Your work suffers from emotional strain. Your health breaks under stress. Your life becomes about managing their chaos. I've seen people lose years to these relationships, holding on for improvement, but losing themselves instead. They become shadows, always anxious, always cautious, always begging for basic respect. If they leave, it takes years to rediscover who they were before the harm. Here's the hard reality about those who do these things. They know what they're doing. They don't treat bosses, parents, or those with power over them this way. They can control themselves. They choose not to with you, believing you'll stay. If you're the one doing these acts, hear this. Your actions are harmful. Your partner deserves better. Apologies without change are empty. Reasons don't erase pain. If you care, get serious help to break these patterns, or let them find someone who won't hurt them. Love doesn't harm if you're harming. It's not love. If you're stuck, here's your plan. Write down everything. The lies, control, harm. Share with someone you trust. Reach out to domestic violence resources, even if it feels not that bad. Plan a safe exit. Secure money. Protect documents. Leaving can be risky, so don't announce it, just go. Stop excusing the inexcusable. They're stressed. Stress doesn't make everyone cruel. They're insecure. Insecurity doesn't force control. They were drunk. Alcohol reveals, not creates. They had a tough past. So do millions who don't harm partners. Reasons aren't excuses. Understanding isn't acceptance. Forgiving the unforgivable costs more than leaving. Each day you stay, you tell them their actions are okay. Tell yourself you don't deserve better. Show kids this is love. And signal friends disrespect is fine. The price is too steep. When you stop forgiving the unforgivable, you reclaim your life. Your stress eases, health improves, friends return, family breathes easier, work rebounds, kids see strength, not suffering. You remember who you were before someone convinced you disrespect was deserved. I've seen transformations after leaving such bonds. A woman called worthless starts her own business. A man controlled and isolated finds true friends and love. Someone manipulated learns to trust their mind again. Leaving isn't just escape, it's renewal. There are billions of people out there. Thinking you must endure harm from one because they're the one or you love them deeply is wrong. Many could love you without lying, controlling, or hurting. Love isn't rare, self-respect should be absolute. The idea that love fixes everything has ruined countless lives. It doesn't overcome abuse, it enables it. It doesn't fix disrespect, it endures it. It doesn't stop control, it excuses it. True love doesn't fight battles because it doesn't start them. Forgiveness isn't always a strength, sometimes it's a weakness exploited. It's meaningful when earned through real change, tied to accountability, or follows true regret and growth. Without those, it's not forgiveness, it's denial. If someone does these things, you can leave. You don't need it to get bad enough, try everything, or have their approval. You just need to see you deserve better and act on it. Boundaries aren't cruel, they're essential. Saying, "I won't take lies" isn't harsh, it's healthy. "I won't accept disrespect" isn't picky, it's basic. "I won't forgive harm" isn't cold, it's self-protection. Boundaries guard you, not control others. The world pushes the idea that love means accepting all behavior. That's not love, it's sacrifice. Real love has standards: respect, honesty, safety, trust. Without them, it's exploitation dressed as love. Don't fall for the disguise. Every relationship has issues, but not all are forgivable. Everyone makes errors, but not all are acceptable. Everyone deserves kindness, but not everyone deserves you. Everyone can change, but you don't have to wait to find out. Here's what matters most. You deserve a relationship where respect is automatic, not earned through pain. Where love shows through steady care, not apologies after hurt. Where trust is kept, not broken and demanded back. You deserve to feel safe, valued, and truly loved for who you are. These unforgivable acts aren't mistakes. They're choices to harm, deceive, control, or exploit. When someone keeps choosing them, they're showing who they are. Trust that. Don't forgive it. Leave it. Your life is too precious to spend on someone who treats it as worthless. Stop asking, "How do I fix this?" and ask, "Why am I accepting this?" Stop wondering when they'll change and see this is who they are. Stop saying, "But I love them." And remember, but they don't love me, not truly, not healthily. You get one life. You don't get those years back. Every day with someone who does these things is a day you're not open to real respect, real partnership. Every moment spent forgiving the unforgivable is one you could spend healing, growing, thriving with someone who doesn't need forgiving. The strongest choice isn't enduring harm, it's rejecting it. The bravest isn't staying to fight, it's leaving to flourish. The most loving act for yourself, your kids, your future, isn't forgiving the unforgivable, it's freeing yourself from those who demand it. I'd love to hear from you. What patterns do you see in your life? What boundaries do you need to set? What unforgivable acts have you been overlooking? Share in the comments, not to judge anyone, but to help others spot these signs. Sometimes, hearing someone else's story is the push you need to say, "Enough." Leaving isn't abandoning love, it's refusing to accept less than love. It's not closing your heart, it's opening it to real care. It's not failing, it's the first step to finding what you truly deserve. The unforgivable doesn't deserve your forgiveness, and you don't deserve to live with it.